Right, so we're going to create an engineering drawing, a manufacturing drawing of a model that you've created previously. So we've looked at how we set up drawings and the way in which the drawing is set up and how we can set our parameters for drawing. Now we're just going to create a drawing of a model. So ideally what you need is the model that we've got here open, and you also need to have open your template drawing. So the template is set up. Now all we need to do is import the model and look at how we can start creating drawings from it, or we create an engineering drawing from it. Tabs, like we said previously, are at the top here. So my dimensioning tab, my notes tab, and my view layout tab, these are the ones that we're going to use mostly whilst we work within the realms of drawing. On the right hand side we have view palette, and in view palette what I've got are the model views that we've from where we created the actual model. So depending on the way in which the model was created, which was the design intent, which plane we started on, or how we worked from planes, this will give us the way that this views look over here. If you don't see this view and you don't see anything here in this box exercise 4, all we do is search for it. So we go browse, and then we look for our pen drive or wherever you've got your work saved. Find the model I'm looking for. There it is, there, open, yeah, and it's already there. Okay, so what I'm going to do before I start, like I said at the very beginning, what we need to do, first thing we need to do is to save the template as a drawing so that we don't corrupt the template we're going to use. So I'm going to just go file, save as, give it a name. Yeah, I'm going to call it drawing exercise 01. Save. There's my palette view. So there are a couple of ways in which I can fetch drawings in. So I can use the palette view, we'll look at that in a second, but I have got an option to do 3 standard views. So this is a third angle projection drawing. I'm going to click on that. It asks me which component, exercise 4. I could browse for it and look for it again, and there are my 3 views. Basically 3 standard views based on what we've got here. There's my top view, yeah, there's my what's called my front view, and my left side view. Now, being technical, actually this would be like a better front view. This would be a left side view, and the plan view really should be above the top view. I'm not going to use 3 standard views, so I'm just going to undo that and get them out of the way. So what I want to do is to create by dragging and dropping. So ideally, as I said, this is the view I want. So I'm going to drag it in and drop it, and when I come off it, it automatically projects off for me. When I've got my views that I'm happy with, and I've got lots of different views I can use, I'm just going to click, and there it is there. Now, rendered views really aren't what we want for an engineering drawing. We actually want views that are lined with hidden lines and things like that. So we've got options over here to change what we call the display state. I can have it shaded without edges, shaded with edges, wireframed, but hidden, no hidden lines, which is identical to what I want on a proper wireframe. So I actually want this one here, hidden lines, and I'm just gonna say accept that. So I've got my 2 views, 2 basic views that I want to start with. So I've got my center mark showing my holes here, but I've got a hole going through, so that ideally that should have a center line through it, center line, center line. So I need to add some center lines now. So I come up to my annotation tab, come across on the top the center line. Couple of ways again which you can do this. So if I go select view, and then just click on the view I want that adds my center lines to it. I can use the center line and then pick individual lines to put the center line through, but selected view is a much quicker way of doing it. So I've done that. I'm going to save that, keep saving. It doesn't auto save, I want to save it. Now I can move these views around. Okay, I can't move this one out of position, but I can move it left or right. So even if I've got enough room now, I can dimension it and make a start. Now, a couple of ways again which we can dimension. One of the ways that you can dimension is to use all the sizes, all the dimensions used in your model. So if I come up here and go model item, make sure that marked for drawing, pick on a view, and it drops all of them in. That's quite lazy, and it's not very neat, okay, because it doesn't dimension to the right points. Look, it's dimensioned to the inside, so I'm not going to have any gaps or anything like that, and it's really scruffy and an untidy type of way of doing it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get rid of that, because it's not the quickest way. It seems quick at the time, but it isn't the quickest way. Better way to dimension, to actually use smart dimensioning, and then put in the dimensions that we want to put in for the job. Okay, so a bit like when we dimension now for modeling, if I click on the line, I can drag down my dimensions in. My gap is there, it's neat, it's tidy, it's easy to see. I pick on a line and drag that one there. If I pick on here, and then I pick on the center line, I can put the vertical height there, working off a datum face, so it's nice, neat, tidy, well presented drawing. I can put the overall width in, so I'm going to go from there to there. I'll go off this face to that line there, and that gives me that dimension in there. My centers for my holes, pick on the two center lines, drag and drop. Now, there's enough room to force these arrows inside. So if I come over to leader, click on that option there, and it should force my arrows inside. Didn't pick on my dimension. There we go, updated that one. To mark this as a hole, I'm going to use hole call out. I'll click on the hole, I'll pick on this one actually, drag and drop it 10 mil through. Now I'll have to dimension this hole as a hole, because it won't hole call out won't see that in these views. So I'm just going to have a look again and say, is there anything else I could do? Actually, that dimension there would be better if I put it over here. Because I can then dimension from there to there, from there to there, and now I'm going to get all my dimensions in for these cutouts, and then I've got room to tidy up. Don't have to, yeah, I've got room to tidy up, force the dimension in there. There we go, nice and neat and tidy. I only had dimension from here to here, 5 mil. What else do we need? Well, I need some dimensions on this side, so actually you can do with a dimension on there, 20 mil. Be nice to have this dimension shown here. Distance to the hole. Drag this one down a little bit, and a dimension from there to there, and basically I've got my dimensions in. I don't need to put every dimension in. I need to put in all the dimensions I need just to be able to make it. So if I fetch this one down here and this one down here a little, I can dimension this hole. There we go. Whole dimensions done as well. So there's basically all my dimensions on my drawing. Save my drawing. I could put in an isometric view. So I just go and grab my isometric view, drag it and drop it. There's my isometric view that shows me all that I've got to go. Happy with that, save it. So my drawing's basically done. So what I want to do now is I want to complete my title block. We started it, I want to complete it. So up to the drawing properties box here, and now I've got my thing. So I can put in, I start with a date, so it's 08, 12, 17. Description, let's call it a bracket. Give it a drawing number, let's call it exercise 01. Material, can't remember what it is, brass. Okay, and it completes now everything on my drawing view. All it's left to do, save. To print my drawing, I need to go and print out what I want. Now there's a couple of options. If you go to the file, print option. Okay. I can now do some page setups. So before I actually print, what I want to do is do a scale to fit to make sure it fits to the size I want. I'm actually can only print to A4 here. I'm going to do a preview. Job done. Happy with that? Click my print button and OK, and off it goes to print. So that's a basic introduction to engineering drawings. We'll have a look at another one or two. We'll look at some more details that we can put in and some more extra bits and pieces that we can do to create more detailed or even more accurate and better quality manufacturing drawings.